Hello again. Today I just want to practicing my English. I want to practice my English by speaking, and of course, I always want to do with what's related to my job. So let's practice how to solve problem. Today gonna be a little bit easy one, I believe. So let's share my screen and then gonna go through there. Okay, yeah. This is my problem. So let's read the problem together. Given an array of string, combine them into the one string, comma, separated except for the last two pair. Okay, so we should be separate with the word and. The last two pair should be separate with the word and. We don't want to, we don't want an export comma. So, like example, we given a string array of string Sam, Grant, Jenny. So the one just return is return Sam, Grant, and Jenny. And then this is example. So I believe I can copy this one at another example. Okay. So Sam. So let me just more. I have another test cases here already to prepare. Okay, so this is it, I believe, and then what we should return this one. Okay, that should be return or true, I believe. One second. Correct? Okay, yes. Okay, so and we have a test case here in case if only mm, empty array, right? We need to console like if they are not passing any input and we passing an empty array and we also have like only one pair or one element, so we should return itself. Or let's say if we pass two uh, elements, so you just join them with and. But if anything more than two, we should join with comma and. Okay, so that is our approach. So like, how about like if input array, I mean if input is only is empty, return empty string, okay? And if the input is only one element, what we return? Just return like element, right? Element, element, and then if the input is only two, we should joy with and. Okay, that's what our test case here. And then the time complexity and space complexity. Of course, for this approach, we need to go through every element. So it means the time, the worst case scenario will be O of n, where is n is the length of the input array. And the space complexity, I believe, should be of n as well, because at the end we need to add them. One second, let me think. I think it should be O of 1 because it didn't really create any space. I'm not sure about that. So if you guys think about, yeah, it should be O of 1 because we create only, we're going to create, we didn't work in place. So we're going to create, let me think, uh, space we didn't really. Okay, I think space will be O n as well because we will create the output, which I gonna use to be uh, at at array because at the end I want to join them and then return the string. So it means space should be O of n. depend of the inputs when we pushing element to the output and then we join them later. This means each time we need to create space complexity because it's the length of the output length. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do here, my plan, I'm gonna initialize the output array, okay, and then iterate through the array. I mean, we need to iterate through, and then um, I gonna just add them, add the element to the array, output array, right? But in and then at the end we return, of course, we return output with with joy string, right? Joy two string. Okay, but our logicals is gonna be here because we need to separate each element with the comma, right? So and then also the last one or only one we need to separate them with and, right? At the last two pair. So what we're going to do now, I'm gonna check if because we already push, right? So if output length is greater than zero, this means it's greater than zero. It means we're gonna join them. Um, let me think. We're going to join them. We're going to join them. We're going to join by if input is greater than if input is greater than uh, if input is greater than zero or if output length is greater than zero. So we need to check. We need to separate and okay. If input is greater than one, it means we already add. But like inside here, we're gonna check if I position, if index is equal to the length, last length, right? Like uh, the last element, the last element, the last element, the last length, the last name that length, the last position, the last position, the last position. I mean the last position. That's what we want to uh, adding and to output and otherwise, I mean else, we gonna add comma to the output. Okay, so let's go through here, following my pseudocode. So what I'm gonna do here, gonna be output, set to empty array, and then I'm going to iterate through less I is zero, I less than names length, and I increments by one, and then I'm going to check if, okay, so we know that we want to add output name, oh sorry, name at I, right? So that we already add like name at I, so everything here is already add to the output, which means we return the array as well. But what we want to do, we want to check if output length greater than zero. It means after we adding, we want to check and then we want to join them inside loop. So what we check here, we want to check I is equal to name length minus one. It means at the last element, last position, last index. What we want to do here, we want to add push uh, and, right? Because we want to join them at and. Else, we want to do output dot push and then we putting the comma and that should work. And then we return output dot joy. string. So I'm not sure. Let's want to see if this works. Okay, that's working. And that's cool. And I also have another solution which is just a little bit tricky. So I just like going to use like all method from JavaScript. So let's say if name length is empty, we want to just empty is zero, right? Okay, we want to return just empty string, zero. And the second one, if length is one, that one we want to return name dot joy. So we don't really create anything. So this case you this two base case will solve two test case with you have input at empty and then array only one element. But then another one, what I'm gonna do, we want to do like join the the first uh the the first two before the last element. So what I do, I mean name joy. So what I do here, I'm gonna say name dot slide. I'm using slide from zero up to name dot length minus one. So this one we going to slide from the first element up to before the last element, right? So that's it. What we're gonna get like here, and then we're going to join with empty string. Ah, okay. So what we do, we have here and join them, and then what we're going to return here, we're going to return. Gonna use static notation. So name joy. I believe I'm correct. Okay. Name joy and join with and then we want to join with the last element because we didn't really count it to we didn't count the last element to our name joy. So what we do here, we want to join the last element by get into the last element name dot length minus one. This we didn't really count them here, right? So that it should be also return the correct one. Let's run to see if something else wrong. We can debugging later. Okay, that's it. So in this case, we have like four line, right, of course, and then we also not need to iterate to the element. But I believe we also create another time complexity with linear time because light is kind of like iterate through each element as well, So yeah, that is my solution. So with both solutions, it should work as well. So that's it today. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next time. Let me stop my Zoom and thank you. Bye bye.